Dragonfly? Then just find the keyword in this video and post it in the comments and why you want it. The winner will be announced next week. Hey guys, I'm Vlad and welcome to another video for Star Citizen. Today we're going to go over the new 3.8.1 PTU patch and what we can expect in terms of bug fixes and what current bugs plague us at the moment. Now we're going to go over some of the main issues in Star Citizen at the moment. The character's head will sometimes vanish when cycling through available sources on the character customizer. Once an Animus spare magazine has been emptied, the player can no longer equip a fresh magazine in the same slot. Ships can be displayed as unknown after destruction, be available for sport, but none not appear in their specific hangar. Entering or exiting VIA EVA can sometimes cause the player to turn, spin suddenly and harm themselves, aka die. The Pisces appears as a placeholder text on commodity kiosks. Objects can fall through the floor when dropped. When server FPS is low, the mobiGlas can sometimes close immediately after opening. An extra static train can appear at level and prevent the use of trains. The visuals of ships on the rental screen may have missing areas or disappear completely. The Caterpillar will occasionally rock or tip over on itself after landing on a planetary body. Entering ships with ladders will cause the player to drop delivery boxes. Cry Astro services may not work at various stations and major ports. Now, the only real workaround with this at the moment is just to hover slightly off the pad, just mere centimeters, and then that should allow you to actually repair and refuel your ship. Some people have actually been experiencing issues where they haven't been able to do this, and if that occurs, the only real way to fix that will actually be to just reload into the game, really, fortunately. Rentals or rental timers may not work when renting a second ship. Markers will vanish from their respective players if they die far from their respawn point. If a player's ship is destroyed after bed logout, they will return to the server at origin. NPCs may sometimes be doing incorrect animations in places they shouldn't. Countermeasures are also not working as intended to deter missiles, and the 890 jump does not have the correct cargo capacity. Combine cannon and distortion weapons are not working as intended. Elevators at Port Tressula and Ovius Harbour may not show up when called. If the quantum travel marker is at the edge of a moon or planet, it is possible to quantum through the moon and explode. Purchased commodities will often visually not appear in the ship's hold. Players may experience stalls in performance shortly after loading into Star Marine and firing weapons. NPC beacons notifications will sometimes display an incorrect distance. AI ships can often get stuck in the middle of their motion and not advance further. AR markers for enemies can sometimes be seen through the walls in Star Marine. Alright, so now we're going to go into some of the features and gameplay. Added a separate hostility activation on the accidental fire threshold for party members. Added target nearest friendly functionality in keybind. Camera shake is now a slider option in the options menu. Added auto zooming on selected target, default is set to off. A subtle zoom on the target when the weapon prediction points, the aiming points and the look direction align. Can be enabled and disabled as well as max zoom value adjusted in the game settings. For ships and vehicles, they've added an entrance light ring to indicate where a player should stand to get the entrance interaction on the mole. For locations, they've added footsteps on wood sound effects at appropriate locations in Area 18. For gameplay, removed aim action from gamepad due to the look ahead mode conflicts and unify setup with default joystick. Security patrol quantum travel interjection will no longer occur for lawful players but will still occur for players in normal transit. Ships and vehicles updated mass on the Breton power plant, adjusted the position of the bed exit and logout interaction on the Aurora, into the light stance of the Caterpillar to the exterior door switches, improved audio feedback on the weapon impacts, rebalancing of volume levels of shield and hull impacts, and adding the audible vibration duress sounds and heavy hits, tweaks to improve the way ship ambient audio changes with the power of state of the ship, tweaks to improve the audio mix and audio behavior during quantum travel, added a new door to the side of the mole to fix problem with sideways opening clipping into the visual exterior of the ship. Now we go on to a lot of bug fixes they've done. Now they had something like 4,000 bug repair requests over the holiday period. So that's quite a lot. So let's just go over these as quickly as we can. Players should no longer be able to fall out of their cargo mole during quantum travel. That was a pretty big problem. The mining storage containers beneath the Argo mole should now have collision. Fixed incorrect animation when playing the female character sprints with the pistol. Melee when using the Aminus should now correctly deal damage. Fixed an issue preventing players from getting their intended starting AUAC value. Fixed an issue preventing players from getting their intended starting UEC value. Fixed an issue where after a player has rented one ship, additional attempts at renting would time out and fail. Fixed an issue where players would appear offset when entering the Herald's bed. Cargo holds when mining should no longer randomly fluctuate to full or empty their contents occasionally. Players should no longer fall through the planetary surface near landing zones of HDMS Lathan. Shield HUD warnings should now only display when taking damage rather than on startup. Pip should no longer be affected by head movements. Fixed an issue causing players to get locked in third-person camera when using any of the turrets on the Starfarer. Patrol missions should no longer occasionally hang when giving a hold command. It should no longer be possible for extraction/fracture UI to be switched when mining. The Call to Arms mission should no longer work due to the duplication on the Mobiglass. VS AI Kill Suite mission should now track kills and complete properly. Turret interaction prompts on the Caterpillar should no longer be inverted. Ship outgoing hails should now have UI audio. FPS weapons should now consistently fire when drawn. The Starfarer Gemini should once again now have its missile racks. The Call to Arms mission should now appear to all players who meet the requirements. Fixed an issue where the quantum drive spooling up would sometimes not be heard, particularly on large ships. Fixed an objective timer not ending during exploit missions. Timer for rented ships in the PU should now consistently display on the terminal. Fixed too far away arrival points for quantum travel to New Babbage and Lorville. Regular clothing sounds should no longer be audible when wearing a spacesuit. The player should no longer occasionally lose the ability to quantum travel to another orbital marker after traveling to one initially. Weapons on the PMA and kiosk should no longer appear heavily out of scale. There should no longer be a fine at the kiosk at Benji Point that lacks any texturing. Fixed power MFDs displaying the wrong values. Patrol missions should no longer start spawning repeated hostiles when the number of players involved changes. Fixed an issue where the delivery location marker for a Roko delivery was not located on the locker. Roko invite mission should no longer cause multiple markers. The Cam Run mission issued by the Klim should now direct to the Grimhex instead of Levski. MFD should no longer fail to automatically refresh when coming into a new ATC's range. Player arms should no longer flail about when getting on and off the passenger seat of the Dragonfly. Fixed an issue where ships could be stored at outposts that can't spawn them. Fixed missing rain canopy that affects on the mole. Increased the time available to pick up deliveries for associated missions. Fixed an issue where the party chat would refresh every time a player was added or removed. Fixed the Argo mole's incorrect ore capacity. Fixed an overlapping rock scan data on the mole's turrets. Fixed Eckhart's group bounty mission on the quantum travel marker remain after the target is killed. FPS weapons should no longer vanish from inventory when swapping. Fixed an issue where selecting an item you could not afford would cause others to be impossible to buy. The servo blade on the Clovis mission should no longer fall through the planet when placed on the ground. Fixed missing audio in the mining arm extension and traction. And that's all the bug fixes they have for this PTU. So now let's go into the 3.9, what they plan to do with that and the roadmap for that. So let's get into that now. So just to quickly touch up what the roadmap has for 3.8. We should be getting the Asperia Prowler added into the game within 3.8 still, as well as the Anvil Carrack and the Drake Cutlass Red. At this stage, pushback may still be possible if RSI decides to tackle more of the game-breaking bugs, but at this time, that's not really high up on their agenda. Weather effects and server-side object loading have been added and are being polished at the moment. For the 3.9 patch, prison gameplay is still on time for release, but of course this can change at any moment. The new Bounty Hunter armor will also be added. The new Babbage landing zone for Microtech will be added. as well as the Microtech moons. Commodity transfer times will be added, which of course will add more risk to doing cargo runs in places like Paradise Cove and the Yellow Drug Lab. An accounting app will be added, which means players will be able to transfer money more easily, so that'll mean no more fancy beacon play. Food and temperature will finally be added, and what that means is we might be looking at kitchens and things like food expiry and where to get food and things like that, maybe even hunting. You never know, but food will be added, so that means you'll need to constantly eat every hour or so. It's not much information on it, but we should be seeing some information on it probably in a fortnight from now. And unfortunately the salvaging mechanic has been pushed back with no more information on when it will be back on the roadmap. RSI has said that there's no definite on whether or not it'll be added back or not. So we'll find out next week. So anyway, that's all we have time for today. Good luck to everybody who's going to try and win the Dragonfly. If you've seen the code throughout the video, you'll be able to write the secret code in the comments. Use it in a sentence on why you want to win the Dragonfly. And either next week or the week after, the winner will be announced. And yeah, all you got to do to win is you got to be subscribed, like the video, and comment. And of course, join our Discord. The Discord can be found in the description or on the YouTube page. And why not come in and say hello? And yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you later.